What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Thank you to everybody joining us tonight. We 1,000% appreciate it. We had a lot of fun in the live stream. We obviously don't provide a lot of detailed analysis on the players. We're not really college football experts. But we had so much fun interacting with everybody. So going into the draft, for me personally, I was hoping pass rusher at 4, wide receiver at 10. So the draft plays out, and at 4, the Jets had options. You had Thibodeau, you had Jermaine Johnson. There was even the Equanu factor if you wanted to go that path. The Jets go out and take Sauce Gardner. So to me, it was like that kind of went against everything as fans we read over the last 3 months, where it was like Robert Saleh does not put a premium on cornerbacks. You could hide the secondary with the pass rush. They'd rather develop younger guys where they have, all these young, you have Bryce Hall, you have Michael Carter, Brandon Echols, all this stuff. So it went against everything we read, and then you listen to him in the press conference, and it was like, listen, he's a very close to a shutdown corner, very versatile, can play man, can play zone. And if we're being completely honest, the Jets defense last year sucked. So you're bolstering up. You have, a couple shotguns during the stream, but you added, DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, Jordan Whitehead. Your secondary is so much improved now. And in terms of depth, if you have to overcome an injury, you have your Brandon Echols, you have your Bryce Hall, you have all these guys. And you have a lot of moving parts if you have to play dime, if you got to play nickel. So it was a bold move. It surprised me. I was thinking pass rusher there. I'm not going to lie. But they took him. And it's like, listen, they had their conviction. They were very confident in it. Apparently, he was their guy the whole time. So you're like, cool with it. Let's go. So as the draft plays out, now at 10, I'm like, maybe you switch the page here and say, instead of going wide receiver, maybe you go pass rusher because Jermaine Johnson was still there. And so now they're coming up, and then they come out and they get Garrett Wilson. And meanwhile, Drake London went before him. So Garrett Wilson comes in, you're like, you know what? They're getting a wide receiver. They were added a Deebo Samuel thing. The whole A.J. Brown thing to me is just strange that they had no interest. Either he didn't want to come here or the Titans didn't want to trade in the same conference. I'm not really sure what it was. Completely strange to me. Kind of sucked the life out of me. I was kind of disappointed. I heard 2 very good rumors throughout the day today about receivers not named Deebo Samuel for the Jets, that it was close. I mean, I can't say anything more than that, but that's what I heard. And then it was like, you get Garrett Wilson, but it's like, listen, explosive playmaker. And the one thing you want is you're going to have a young core building around Zach Wilson and growing together as you move along. Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Michael Carter. You have your 2 tight ends, signed for a few years now. So now this is how you build together. You grow your offense together, all these guys. Now, Garrett Wilson, explosive playmaker. You find, the one thing is everybody tries to pigeonhole a player into a certain role. And Mike LaFleur is going to find there'll be plenty of yards for everybody. So Garrett Wilson was awesome. Get it? So now you have the corner, which was a surprise. The wide receiver, which is a good thing, especially considering you're not going to get Deebo Samuel or whatever else. So now the draft is playing out, and you're like, you know what? I wish Joe Douglas would move up and get the guy they want. Because I interviewed Lee Douzable last week, and he was like, listen, Jermaine Johnson was very impressed with the Senior Bowl. The Jets are high on him. And you're like, wow, you don't want to wait till 35. Go up and get your guy. Be aggressive and get your guy. Lo and behold, the Jets go out and do it. And they get a pass rusher that they think is ready to play next week. A pass rusher, you find a role for him. And it's you don't have the expectation because you already have Carl Lawson. Your Bryce Huff's coming back, and you have they signed Vinny Curry. You have a lot of different things, but you're getting it's all pieces to the puzzle. So your defense is going to be dramatically improved, and it's to me it's a home run because you're sitting there at first, you're like, all right, you get a corner which may not have been a huge need. You get a wide receiver which is good. Apparently, if Mike LaFleur buys into it and you can fit in the offense, great. You have this hole, and you don't want the draft to be dictated to you. And that's where you're kind of wow, you don't want to wait and see, at pick 35 or 38, what are you going to get? Joe Douglas moved up and got Jermaine Johnson, which I think is phenomenal. So there's a couple of notes. The one thing about Sauce Gardner is, right now, the expectations for him are almost at a Darrelle Revis level, which is unfortunate. Because probably in other franchises, it wouldn't be like that. But right now, it's lockdown corner, shutdown corner. I think we got to keep everything realistic a little point where it's you know what, great player, but give him time to adjust. Let's not make him, Gardner Island right off the bat. That's the first concerning thing to me because it's just, I know how it is in this market. I know how we want to believe in it. The second thing is you got to give Joe Douglas credit for getting Garrett Wilson because there was a crazy run on wide receivers where it's like, if you don't take Garrett Wilson, after that, at 35, I mean, you wiped out the whole slot of guys. You're trading up to get people. Now, I know Christian Watson's still out there and Carl Pickens is still out there and everything else, but like Joe Douglas kind of beat the curve. It was London, Wilson, and then everybody else started running. So he is like, this is for the first time in a long time. You have to have confidence in the Jets general manager. You have to. I mean, he is just doing so many good things. It makes sense. And it's like everything you read, it's like it's all bullshit. Like a lot of the smoke screens or a lot of like the expert analysis before this draft, the Jets went against all of that. They really did. So what a night. Great first round for the Jets. I'm looking forward to round 2. I would try to trade and get Nakobe Dean. Sorry, I had 2 shotguns, so I'm trying to do my best here. But I would trade up. I would be aggressive. I would have been aggressive in the first round. If you can get speed at linebacker, that'd be phenomenal. If you want to go get safety, that'd be great. You consider Watson. I mean, the Jets have a lot of flexibility here, and it's so friggin' exciting, man. Like, you just feel good because the Jets have football guys making football decisions, and I think it's going to pay out. Like, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait for tomorrow night. We'll be live at 7 o'clock. Saturday, probably at noon. We're going to do our best. We got, like, all kinds of stuff going on. So, thank you for joining us. If I slurred my words, I apologize, but it's been a fun draft night, and we'll talk to you later.